Greetings, ladies and gentlefish, and welcome to a pair of games that showcase some American artillery. Yeah, I know. First game is one of mine. This is the Tier 5 American artillery piece, the M41 HMC, and is, for my money, one of the worst tier for tier tanks in the game. I despise this machine with a passion. This is the best game to date that I have had in this thing, and I would not be surprised to learn that this is the best game I am ever going to have in this thing. The second game is going to be in the Tier 6 American artillery piece, and that will be courtesy of Mac, so it won't be one of my failings. Hurrah! And hopefully Mac's game will showcase that at Tier 6 things get better. So, this is an assault game on Sam River. Assault is actually quite good because it means that the defenders tend to be quite static. And in this thing you have a god-awful aim time, god-awful accuracy. I mean, that's true in any artillery piece, but especially true in this thing. And so you want the enemy team to be quite static. This game is also going to show you the potluck, roll the die, RNG nature of most artillery. Chinukai. Could not aim this shot any better. Way! And we hit him for a good chunk of damage. Notice the scoreline, 0-3. Okay, so we'll just reload. And both of these guys are dead. Hurrah! 2-3. VK3001H there. Nice big fat juicy target, providing someone else doesn't start shooting him first. And this is one of the frustrating things about playing artillery. Other people start shooting the targets that you're going to shoot at, which means that the target moves. That's probably not going to do a great deal of much. Oh, I hit. Gosh. Which means the target moves, which means that you no longer have a shot, which can get incredibly frustrating. Because the VK is blind, and I'm pretty sure he will repair his tracks before I take my next shot, I switch targets to this T1 Heavy. Side armour of the T1 Heavy's garbage, front armour not so much. And I probably shouldn't have taken that shot blind because of my horrible reload time, but there we go. I'm very conscious that there's an M5 Stuart at sort of A8, and I want to get the smeg out of dodge before he kills me. The M41 is not a particularly mobile tank, and so you really need to keep an eye on the minimap, and this is true of many artillery. Keep an eye on the minimap and move when you see trouble is possibly brewing, rather than when trouble is upon you, because you just don't have the speed to flee once trouble is there. So, 4-6, scoreline isn't fantastic, and this is an assault game of course, so the onus really is on us to push the tempo without dying. I mean, this thing reaches a respectable top speed when it gets going, but getting going is a pain, turning is a pain, most things in this are just a pain. And of course you can see that while I'm scuttling for my life, I'm not doing anything directly to help my team. I can't shoot these guys. Oh, that Stuart is almost upon me. No! And I'm deciding that I need to fight here because that Stuart is faster than me. He will just overtake me. But thankfully, in his greed to get to me and kill me, that Stuart manages to kill himself. But other shots are coming in. Oh, luckily that one goes into my tracks. That one misses, and we just need to get the hell out of here. M3 Lee, Panzer 4D. Nah, they'll wreck me, but oh god, there's a T1 Heavy there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is not looking particularly good. And there's a ridgeline in the way, meaning that I don't have a shot on him. So, what can we do? Well, we need to get rid of that T1, otherwise we have nowhere to escape. We have no escape route. Thus, TD mode engaged. Hello T1. And of course that was complete skill. Somehow that shot doesn't damage me in terms of HP. Like I said, side and rear armour of the T1 is garbage. I did not let that shot fully aim. I just pulled the trigger and hoped for luck. And that's what you end up doing a lot of the time with artillery, alas. Because if I'd let that shot aim, it would have taken so long that the Panzer 4D would have just wrecked me. And that would have been bad. So, speaking of that Panzer 4D, trying to pick out a shot on this fellow. Nah, I missed. And that's a feeling that I get very used to in this thing, and oh no, there's the M3 Lee. Now, I've just fired. If he's going to come and kill me, he should do it now. Like, now.
5-minute warning.
Anytime now. He definitely shouldn't wait until I'm reloaded, because if he comes over that ridge when I'm reloaded, he's in a whole world of trouble. I mean, like, he should go for it. He should... Oh, never mind. Whatever. And he's dead too. These American tanks, at some point, they will learn that if they just sit there with their rear armour to me, I am going to pop over that ridge and one-shot them. Panzer 4D is not looking so healthy anymore. There's also a Stug 3G and Somua South 40 out there somewhere. Panzer goes down. And cap, because this is an assault game. We don't know where... Oh, there's the South 40. Alright. Let's see if I can get a shot on this fellow. He even nails our Matilda. Thankfully our AT2 is working this guy over. AT2 has a sufficient rate of fire that this should wreck the South 40, but I will take a blind shot anyway, just on the off chance. It landed a lot closer than I was expecting, but again, I was just pulling the trigger and going for luck. The AT2 is asking for Top Gun. Why are you worried about the medal you're going to get when there are just under 4 minutes left in an assault game? For God's sake, sit in that cap circle and win this game. Don't worry about your blasted medals. And oh my God, there's a Stug. Oh no, no, panic stations. It's all gone wrong, it's all gone wrong. Oh no, but now we have a Mexican standoff. He really doesn't want to come over that ridge because I'm pointing my gun straight at him. I don't really want to come over that ridge because he's going to point his gun straight at me. And it looks like he's using the 105 howitzer. So it would just be Dirt City. He tries to come round the edge and I plant a shot into his side. The AT2 of course is now whinging because he can't get his precious Top Gun. Seriously dude, were you going to drive over and help me get my Top Gun? Were you? Sorry, help me? No, I don't think you were. You would just try and hunt down the last enemy tanks to pick up your selfish little medal. Deal. God, that AT2's annoying. He picked up 5 kills, but no. Not amused with him. Anyway, that was the best game I ever played so far in the M41 HMC Tier 5 American artillery piece. And as you can see, most of it was really not being an artillery piece, it was being a tank destroyer with a 155mm howitzer. Which was funny, but that really was one of those games where the stars align, rather than it being a typical example of gameplay. Anyway, take a look at the post-battle results and then we'll jump into a game with the Tier 6 machine, courtesy of Mac. Here's game number 2, and as I said, this is a game courtesy of Mac. He's in the Tier 6 American artillery piece, this time round the M44. Now, the map I was on last time, I would have said, is quite a good map for artillery. Especially as you were on the attacking team, the defenders tend to be quite static, giving you relatively easy shots. This is Abbey. Abbey is not my favourite map in the game by any stretch of the imagination, driving anything. It's not a terrible artillery map, but I also wouldn't call it the best. There are decent chunks of artillery cover. I mean, hell, the entire centre of the map is dominated by this big sod-off town. So I certainly don't think that this is the best sort of matchmaking, if you will, that Mac could get. It's a Tier 7 game. I was top... oh, Mac takes a shot there, which misses. I was top of the feeding pool in the last game. It was a Tier 5 game. I was in a Tier 5 SPG. Mac is driving a Tier 6 SPG in a Tier 7 game. So far, the enemy have lost a Type T-34. The friendlies have lost an A44, which is in no way a good trade. The enemies have lost a bottom tier tank. The friendlies have lost a top tier. That light tank's just going to sit there, which is a terrible idea. Mac hits him, but surprisingly to me, doesn't kill him. I would have expected that guy to now be dead, but apparently he's not. Anyway, nice wide gun arc on this tank by the look of it. To be fair though, the M41 also has a nice wide gun arc, and so did the M37. So that does seem to be a thing of American artillery pieces. Mac decides to take a shot there, blind, on the basis that, well, you know, he saw a piece of terrain get knocked over. It looked like the guy was going to be about there and he didn't have a better target to shoot at. However, it looked like the enemy artillery, or one of them, was counter-battery firing him, so he moves. Eminently sensible. Gun is now reloaded, and there's a KV-1S and a VK 3001P who have now been lit up. Oh, and there's a T-29 as well. Now, because of course Mac moved, because artillery was shelling him, he no longer has shots straight down this road. However, he can hopefully pick out a shot on this KV-1S. It's only a tier 5, but now it's a dead tier 5. And a dead tier 5 is better than a live tier 5. What we got left? Well, scoreline is 4-4. There's that Leopard earlier on, who survived on 158 health, somehow. There's also a T-29. Because Max had to move, of course, he doesn't really have good shots on either of them. And there's a KV-85 over there, behind a hill. But there was a Hellcat, last spotted somewhere over there, and a VK 3001P. But with nothing better to shoot at, Mac is switching to, by the look of it, looking out for artillery, doesn't see anything. T-25-2 pops up, and so decides to take a shot at him. Now, my crew in the previous game was not 100%. Max, I assume, is, I can't remember off the top of my head. And he might also have things to improve the aiming time on his gun. Or maybe the aim time of this gun is just better than its predecessor. GW Tiger has been spotted. That's a very bad shot on the Leopard. I wouldn't bother trying to kill him, to be honest. T-29 or the GW Panther are probably far more valuable targets. But if he can sneak a shot through, he could, but it didn't hit. Oh well, never mind. GW Panther now. Up here. And waiting for the gun to reload and aim. GW Panther shotguns the friendly KV-85.
Critical hit.
And somehow, well, 2 artillery shells don't kill him, but they do a significant amount of damage to him. I've no idea why the enemy artillery piece is saying, sure, Artie. No idea at all. The guy was spotted, he was moving, he was not moving quickly, and it was in a straight line. I mean, how easy can you make it for people to hit you? Anyway, IS-2 and T-29, well, the T-29's still on that road and he's been joined by an IS-2. It looks like the friendlies, however, are winning this, which is nice. So Mac is going back into a position from which he can lay shots down that road. And swing the gun around. Eventually. There we go. And IS-2 is scuttling away. T-29, yeah, the T-25-2 really could use some help if Mac can give it. T-29 sitting there, okay, if he wants to do that, that's fine. And Mac hits him for 267. Not a massive amount of damage, but enough to make the T-29 go "Ugh," and run away. VK 3001P is dead. Artillery, well, remember that GW Panther from earlier on. Now at this point, I think the GW Panther is the right target. GW Panther is generally recognised as one of the best artillery pieces tier for tier in the game. Mac takes that shot, not fully aimed, but thinks, why the hell not? Now, maybe that shot was a mistake, because now the guys are lit up once more. That T-34 is doing a good job of spotting these fellows. Hopefully he doesn't get derped in the face for his troubles. Artie, kill their Artie. What do you think he's trying to do? Some people, anyway. And Mac's just holding his shot, and oh crud, that's an IS-2. Right. GW Panther. shot went nowhere near. And this is the wonders of playing artillery. Your shells will miss an awful lot, and now they're going to lose their scout because the IS-2 is going to wreck him. There we go. There was no way the T-34 was going to win that fight. And thus the scoreline is even. The enemy team even has the tier advantage. Mac takes a blind shot there, and sorry, not blind, but not fully aimed, and actually manages to splash the IS-2 into the bargain, which is nice. So, T-29, GW Panther, M41, and IS-2. The IS-2 has most of his health remaining, which is a nuisance. T-29 is on low health. GW Panther's on low health. And the M41 only has 240 odd health to start with. Su-85 is now moving up to try and get some spots. And to try and kill some things, but I mean he's a tier 5, so... Mac takes a blind shot. I think he saw a tree fall down there. And manages to nail the... he had tracer, sorry. I didn't spot that tracer at the time. So well done to Mac. He noticed a tracer shot from one of the artillery pieces, took the shot, counter battery even though the guy wasn't spotted. Very nicely done. He's now reloaded. GW Panther, one of the other artillery, the other artillery piece misses. Mac takes the shot, and GW Panther has gone up to the big artillery field in the sky. And that Su-85 is still not dead. Well done to him. Mac again relocates, and good thing he did. There's the IS-2. So, Mac is lining up a shot over the friendly cap circle towards that fellow. That fellow has found the GW Panther, alas, but pays for it with a 155mm shell into his side. Guy's on 603 health. There's still that T-29 somewhere. Ooh, GW Panther shotguns the IS-2 in the face, takes off 500 of his health, and Mac finishes the fellow off for kill number 4. The reload on this gun does seem to be relatively good, which is nice. And, to be fair to him, the enemy GW Panther congratulates Mac. Mac says, I'm just learning Skypick skills. So, there's a T-29 out there somewhere, and it does look like this tank has a relatively good rate of fire. The reload time doesn't pop up. Oh, there's the T-29. Doesn't pop up on the replays, unfortunately, so I don't know exactly what it is. T-29 looks like he's using the 90mm gun because he only hit the Su-85 for 200 odd damage. Mac takes a not fully aimed shot there. That was relying on luck, RNG, and he is blessed to pick up kill number 5. And so that ended up being a rather nice game overall. It looks like the gun on the M44 is very similar to, or possibly the same gun that you get on the M41 at tier 5, but gets better, but aims faster, reloads faster, things like that. So it might be slightly less painful to play. We shall see. Anyway, lovely bit of artillery gameplay there from Mac. I would say in general, you probably want to reduce the number of blind shots you take. This is something I need to do as well, especially as you go up the tiers and the reload time gets longer and longer and longer. Anyway, take a look at the post-battle results. I hope you guys enjoyed that pair of games, even if they were artillery. If you did, please feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel. And I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao, ciao.